All Things Nele. Y'all probably seen my review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 10, Episode 2. So this is a follow-up from that review. So we all have seen little stories here and there about Kenya. And if you watch my review, I'm like, you know, she calling producers trying to be all whiny, like, trying to just basically get her way out of recording with her husband. So today I'm going to spill some tea on this whole situation, which is pretty much going to let us know how the rest of the season is going to kind of go. So, let's get into this view. I'm just going to do a reaction video today from different stuff across social media, all in one place, so you don't have to click here, there, and everywhere. It's going to be all here, and my link, it should be right here in this corner, somewhere right here with the little eye on it, I think, from my last reaction about this show. And then when you go on down a little bit in this video, there'll be another link to pop up from episode 1 for this show. So anyway, let's get into this reaction video. So the first thing I want to cover is the video that TMZ uploaded about the situation. Even TMZ is in on the tea. So let's watch this video clip right here.
No newlywed bliss for Kenya Moore from Real Housewives of Atlanta, because she now has to choose
what this says out the
gate
is the producers are going to give Kenya an ultimatum. Either you're going to have to record or you're fired. You got to have a storyline. We've been saying that. You going to have to show us what's going on.
And her husband.
Wow. So TMZ being TMZ caught Kenya leaving the airport. You know, they always hang around the airport. So her husband, Mark Daly, doesn't want to be in the public eye or whatever. And he basically thinks what? Oh, they can just slide under the radar. But it's not going to happen. Let's stay tuned and watch. Let me try to calm down, because when I got into doing my research and finding out this little bits of tea, I get a little excited. So let's get into it.
You know, Kenya got married at a big surprise wedding just about a month ago. Well, now the producers of Real Housewives of Atlanta, of course, want her husband, Mark Daly, to appear on the show. Clearly, it would be a good storyline, they would think. Well, he is not having it, and they are drawing a line in the sand with Kenya. The producers are.
Yeah, so basically Kenya, they would ask Kenya to film with him. He said no, because he doesn't like the way that the black men are portrayed on the show. They're always looked as aggressive or mean or cheaters or stuff like that.
Is that true?
I've noticed that, yes.
I don't really watch, so
I don't know if that's just because it's what happens and that's reality, or if that's just they feel it seems that it's just the black men. Because if you watch Housewives of Beverly Hills or stuff like that, those men look like doting husbands who love their wives so much. So
I don't agree that Bravo is trying to portray them to be cheaters, aggressive, and all the other stuff he listed. I feel like that they caught them doing stuff that they doing, and that's just how they are for real. If this was a VH1, I would feel different, but being that this is Bravo, I've watched 10 seasons of this show, 4 and 5 seasons of other shows, and on some of their husbands are cheaters, and they are aggressive. You just need to watch all the seasons. You can't pick one episode to go watch. You need to watch the entire season. If you watch the entire season, then you will see on some of those other shows that the men do behave the same way. But anyway,
it's kind of different, but maybe that's what it is. I don't
Interesting.
know. But so yeah, he
and
will
by,
not
and
film.
by the way, his right to say no.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's not in the contract. So what happened was Kenya had already had her contract finalized. She then got married. He wasn't in the picture. She never told anybody. She made it secret because she wanted to keep it private. Now Bravo feels like she kind of, didn't do the right thing. She was supposed to let him know that she was getting married. And so now I think this is their way of kind of saying, well, you didn't tell us you're getting married, so we're going to phase you out.
Wait. Why does she have to tell? Even if she had told them, tell them she's getting married? I don't understand that.
I think that they wanted to film it all, and she doesn't want it all filmed.
Bravo didn't ruin a lot of relationships. Other things ruin relationships. Now, if this was VH1 I would say, yeah, y'all ruined some relationships. But to me, Bravo didn't ruin a lot of relationships like VH1 did. Their approach is a little different. But Kenya knows she signed up for reality TV. She know the point of reality TV is for them to record important, huge, pivotal points of her life. You knew that when you went on to this show. That's what you signed up for. So now out of nowhere, you want to cut them out. What I feel like Kenya was going to try to do, I think Kenya wanted her own wedding special, and they probably told her no. And you know how Kenya is. If you tell her no, she gets real petty. And I feel like when they told her no, she wouldn't get her own wedding special, then she said, okay, then fine, I'll cut y'all out altogether. This is my opinion. My opinion now. Then I feel like she said, oh, well, I'll cut Bravo out altogether. I'm going to go and get married, and y'all won't get none of it then. If I can't have my special, they won't, y'all ain't going to make no money from that. Y'all ain't going to get no ratings from that then. So then they done gave, that pissed them off. They done gave her ultimatum and basically said, okay, time to stop playing. Either you going to give us a storyline or you fired and you off this show. So that's going to leave her two options. She going to have finally, I wondered how much more of Kenya's mess that they was going to take before they finally said, okay, Kenya, this is enough. Either go on and start producing us some real tea and stop with the fake drama, or we're done. Because she don't have a storyline. So let's finish this video.
She wants it private. She said you guys have ruined a lot of relationships on Housewives. You know, you've seen a lot of people who have been married on the show and then they get divorced or have all these awful relationships. She doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. She's waited over 40 years for a relationship, and now she wants to keep it private. And Bravo said if you don't show him, basically, you're going to be phased out and fired.
So this is not so much that you breached the contract by getting married. This is Bravo saying, you know what? Now that you're married, we got to have your husband in this thing.
Yeah.
And if you want to put your husband in this thing, then we're going to probably kill you from the show.
Completely. And she's kind of upset because she's like, you exploited everything in my life of bad relationships, breakups, fights, saying I had sex in the back of a car, all this crazy stuff. And now you won't say that I'm happy I'm going through IVF treatment. You only will do it if my husband's in the show. And that's what's upsetting her.
Well, I kind of get it, by the way. It's like,
from her point of view. On
the other hand, I guess the producers could say, look, we kill people off all the time if the storyline isn't interesting, and we can't tell half a story about your wife.
About somebody's
so
life.
No offense to you, it's no.
Her story, I would totally agree with you, but her story is very interesting. She caused all the drama with everybody. Her actual episode where she created something was the highest rated in every franchise ever. So she's ratings, and they've extended her contract. They wanted her for longer.
But if you're right,
from the producer side, they're gonna. She wants to tell this story about how she's going through IVF treatment. So she wants to talk about having this child, but she's never going to talk about the person she's having the child with.
Kind of.
Like
yeah.
for the producers, that's I guess it's kind of weird. Like you go you're telling half the story.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The
but there
guy
has been
is definitely
some
part of the story.
husbands in the past who don't film or do stuff.
Well,
so
there
it's
you
kind
have
of
it.
like they're picking what they want.
I agree. Kenya just wants them to show like a rose, like a tulip, and be like, we're doing IVF treatments. I'm trying to get pregnant. We want the whole story. We don't want a piece of the story. We want. Okay, so on the last episode, which was season 10, episode 2, she said how she met her husband. She said Chef Roble. I talked about this in my review for this show, so be sure that you watch it. Chef Roble introduced him. Oh, I love his show. Every time I say that, I just miss his show. So anyway, that's how they met and everything. They had a short relationship and they got married. I will say it does happen all the time, but apparently she's supposed to really be married. Now, for me, follow Kenya online, then you've seen all these wedding photos. I'm finna show y'all this video right here. This is from her Instagram. It says, thank you for all the love, support, and well wishes tonight. My wedding was incredibly beautiful, intimate, and private. That was what we wanted. I married for love, not for the cameras. I met a man who was special to me, and I would have married him at the courthouse. My marriage is sacred to me, and my Aunt Lori, Brandon, my sister Lisa, and best friend of 30 years all attended my side. You let everybody come but your daddy. Okay. I got to say. It says, my husband and I always plan to have a bigger wedding in June. I love my father dearly, and he will walk me down the aisle. So she's going to, it says, love, that's Mrs. Dally to you. It's a wife, drunk in love. So I feel like the daddy, if it's that real and you loved him that much, then the daddy should have been there the first time, and you still could have had a big wedding for Bravo. But I feel like the wedding she having in June is to save her career. And this is from her Instagram, and her aunt, you can hear her aunt talking. So at this point, something happened. I believe that maybe she did get married, because her aunt has never co-signed no BS. We all know Brandon go with whatever she say do. But I don't think the rest of her aunts and sister, none of them will. But this was a cute video. I have to be honest. It was cute, and I'm about to show it to you right here. Let me see if y'all can see it. So I'm going to cut off the light.
This shit happen no baby. Where's my husband? Get up and come over here. Look at the mermaid. Look at the flash. Where's my husband? Drunk in love.
So, yeah. So that part really happened. She actually bought receipts this time, which is unusual for Kenya. Like I said, everybody that was important to her was her dad, but she was scared her daddy was going to say something to make the wedding be called off. And I just still don't think that was unfair to him. She should have more trust in him. They're looking for a house to live in together, because Kenya don't feel like she should live in a house that she's lived in with any other man. And I can kind of, as a married woman, I can kind of understand that. Myself personally, if me and my husband was to separate, I don't want to live in the same house that I lived in with him. I want to start new memories. I don't want to be sitting in that house and be like, oh, my husband had that here, don't touch it. This is how my husband used to do it. Oh, that painting, yeah, my husband fixed that. The roof needs to be fixed, yeah, but how my husband did it, you would have to do it like that. I wouldn't want to do that with my new husband, so I can't fault her for that. More manner, but so next I want y'all to see more manner. Let me cut the light out so it won't try to hold down my glare, because I want y'all to see. If you haven't seen more manner, here it is.
To more manner. Welcome to the master bath. I absolutely love coming in my master bathroom every morning because it's so bright and clean and fresh. And it's just unique. I designed this bathroom from the feature wall to the freestanding.
She has a very beautiful house.
I love this light. It's a lighted mirror, and if you look at it, it just gives you just so much beauty light. I mean, I don't know if I needed that much help and all, but this is where sexiness just slaps you upside the head. I have 2 shower heads. With this feature, you can alternate. If you want to have the 2 shower heads on at the same time, you can. And of course, showering for 2, that would be my first choice. Come this way. This is the crown jewel of the bathroom. I splurged on
Why I feel like we on MTV. I feel like this is MTV Cribs.
How hot you want your seat to be when you sit down. It cleans you front and rear. And when you're done, it actually sanitizes itself, closes itself, and kisses your ass. That's all she wrote. Oh, hey! Welcome to More Manners Glam Room.
That's gorgeous.
I know that I'm always getting ready for a taping of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Sometimes I do my own hair and makeup, and sometimes I have my full-on glam team. Can you look at it from the front? She always likes to do my hair from the side. Let me show you this. These walls are actually glass. When you walk in, all you see are the walls glittering and shining. It was a special process. It took about 4 days to complete. I have my own makeup station. It is so gorgeous and so professional that you are sure to look like $1,000,000. And when I'm in here, I only do Kenya Moore hair care, if you haven't noticed. To top it all off with this room is this amazing chandelier. It absolutely brings all the glam together. And if you stand under it, you just kind of feel like an angel because you have your own halo. Thank you for allowing me to take you on a sneak peek of Moore Manor. See you next time.
With that being said, that video was from Bravo, and you can see that on Bravo's website. Yeah. All right. Got some more tea for you. We got a tweet from Chef RHOA himself. Let me go on and drop it right here. As I told y'all in my review video, I told y'all that Chef RHOA does not come across as the type to he's not the type that for Kenya to lie on. So I was correct about that because he retweeted her tweet, and the part that's cut off, because I couldn't get it all on here, and it says, and the part that cut off says, but this is a repost from After Kenya Moore. It says, Mark, you are the best man I've ever known. Thank you for loving me unconditionally. My ride or die. My hashtag ride or die. Hashtag Bunny and Clyde. So they married. If Chef RHOA say they married, y'all, Chef RHOA. Then it says the part that I read to y'all on the tweet. It says, you a great man. You got a great man, Kenya. That's my man right there. I'm trying to be like him when I grow up. Congrats, y'all. That's from Chef RHOA. I'm reading all this off Bravo. They gave the tea to Bravo, y'all. Okay. Then it goes to say things quickly got serious between them when they met. And let's see. They met about a year ago and began dating in December. And they tied the knot 30 days before they first officially started dating. That's very realistic. She don't think that she rushed into marriage because they did date a year. She said she didn't get married just for the cameras. I already told y'all that. Oh, excuse me. Then he wants kids like Kenya wants kids. So they both want to start a family as soon as possible. And Kenya says that he knows that Kenya is a true beauty. So she says Mark really didn't want her to wear makeup because he said I look more beautiful when I don't wear makeup. We all know she gonna put that face on. If I was in front of the camera like she was, I would have my face on too. Because those cameras are a whole different set of cameras. They have you looking some type of way. So you have to put your face on. So anyway, I'm going to say Kenya is married just based off Chef RHOA. Congratulations to the happy couple. I hope we get to see you get to have your family bouncing babies and y'all grow old together. And I mean, what else can you say? They have more videos on her Instagram of their nuptials. Feel free to go look at them. Let me see here. It says family night with the Dallies. Nothing is more important to me than my family. Love, good times, first family first. That's Mrs. Dally to you. Kenya Moore is a wife, black love. So she finally got her. So we now know who her mystery man is. He is no longer a mystery man. He is actually real, and we will be seeing him on the show, not because they wanted us to, because the producer said you either give us this tea or we're done with you. So thank you, Bravo, for twisting a few arms, giving us this information. And again, I still want to say congrats to the happy couple. And I hope y'all be together as long as my husband and I have been together, 23 years. And I hope it's great. This just came in while I was in the middle of editing this video. I was right at the end of the last clip, and I seen it just drop down on my screen as a notification. I'm like, ooh, what is this? And so this tea is Kenya updated her Bravo vlog, and she tells how they really she goes into more detail about how they met. She said that Chef RHOA had invited her to a restaurant that her husband co-owned at the time. And she basically said she was in a bad place at the time, and she had been going through counseling and getting all the negative people out of her life and everything. But Chef RHOA had spoke real highly of him, and told, I guess basically told her who he was about, all of that. And she finally wanted to meet him, and she said she did reach out first, something that she never does, but she said that she did. And she said they had a good connection right away, and she said after her counseling and getting rid of all the negative people in her life and situations, she was finally ready to date again. And when she was at that point, she reached out to Chef RHOA to see if Mark was single, and she did, and she said she glad she did. I'm glad she did too. She needed some love. They hit it off right away, and had fun together and everything. And she said she called and told Cynthia about it. But she said they dated for a year, and then she said that's when, they dated for a year and decided to get married. But she said, she felt really comfortable with him. She could be herself with him. And that's so important for a woman to be able to, as a woman, you have to understand, you have to be able to be yourself with a man. You can't change who you are, just like he shouldn't change who he is. But y'all, she did say somewhere in there that when they first got married, his friends didn't approve of her because they didn't know her, and all they knew about her was her image that was portrayed in vlogs, and the image that was portrayed through like gossip groups and tabloids and stuff. Because, I will say everything you read on them isn't true. And some people don't understand that. A lot of people read certain vlogs. It's certain ones that be true, and it's certain ones that don't be true. So you can't believe every single thing that you read and every single thing that's posted on the internet. Because people make up stuff. So anyway, all their issues have been resolved with his family and friends, her family and friends. They're happy. Their only issue was, I guess, recording. She don't have a choice if this is her career. But she goes on to say at the end of her vlog, she thanks God for giving her a real man and a real husband. So now she can have her real family. And she likes that she has a man that doesn't want to be in the spotlight. And that's all about just trying to use her for money and fame. And he just likes her. So, and she says, God is good, girl, all the time. All the time. I am happy because every woman deserves love. And I think that Kenya may have found it. I'm going to be feeling some type of way if we find out at some point any of this is say nothing. I think at that point, Bravo is probably going to put her off the show if they find out any of this is not true or whatever. And me personally, if it suddenly ends, I'm gonna feel like it's not true. If it don't last, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like she wasn't in it. She was in it just for the season. If she jumps up and quick and be ready to leave him, I'm gonna feel that way. But anyway, so I thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell beside subscribe so you can get notifications when I upload. And I appreciate you. So be sure to comment and share. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Have a good night. Bye.